Here's my audience.
Jordan.
Nick.
Reagan. Jacob.
Hand this over. Hello class, this is Isaac. Today I'd like to talk to you about a very influential speaker throughout history. I'm going to talk to you about Jesus Christ. To start, I know this is a very influential or controversial subject, so I'd like to talk mainly about just the person in general, not the religion. But he was a very, very big influential person through history and did lead one of the largest religions that our country has, so I'd just like to acknowledge that. And to start, I'd like to talk about Jesus' birth. He was born in a little town of Bethlehem where his father was in the line of David, and David was from Bethlehem, so they had to go back for a census where his father first originated the family. So that's why they went back. And he was born, they didn't have any room in the inn there, in the hotel, so to speak, where they were at. So he went to this little manger where the animals lay, and he was born there. And throughout his childhood, his dad was a carpenter, so he probably helped his dad out, learned some stuff from his mom as far as schooling-wise, but there wasn't really much schooling back then. But childhood-wise, there was a time whenever they went back to Bethlehem to kind of go through readings of prayer and readings of the Bible and stuff. And so as a child, he was very interested in the synagogues and the churches, and which was very weird because children more like to play and go outside and all this stuff. But Jesus, he really liked praying, and he really liked to be inside the church. And so they went back to Bethlehem and were in the churches, and then his parents left. And then like a week later, they're like, "Where's Jesus?" Like they thought he was with the other family members and stuff of his dad's family. So they're like, "Jesus isn't here." So they went back to Bethlehem to see where Jesus was at, and the last place they looked was the church. And sure enough, Jesus was there teaching the preachers and the priests of the synagogues and the churches, and they were just amazed at how much Jesus knew, and he was only like 12 years old. And he went on with that wisdom throughout his life, and as a young adult, he probably worked as a carpenter for his dad, and when his dad died, probably took on the carpenter business for his dad and kind of helped his parents out, helped his mom out. But he also started, going through his true calling, which was, to be a motivational and persuasive speaker. And he went on to lead the biggest kind of religious movement in history. And as he went on, he did a lot of different things, led different groups of people known as the disciples or the apostles. And these people kind of went out and started their own different speaking groups that Jesus helped start. And those people that were under him were the biggest motivational speakers as far as history goes, too. And so Jesus did not only his own speaking, but taught people how to speak publicly and stuff, and helped really teach. And throughout his life, he did different things. He did the Sermon on the Mount. He did a lot of different preaching to different places, and he was known greatly for his preaching and his public speaking, and not just really public speaking, but speaking for the public. He spoke for different groups of people, and he was really known for that. And at the end, I'd like to talk about his death. He was only in his 30s. He wasn't very old, and kind of the people that he once led started to revolt against him, and just kind of a really big controversial thing there. And he was taken in, and he was tortured and literally like beaten almost to near death, and then eventually was put up on the cross to be crucified, and that's where he died. And if you go on in the Bible and if you believe in that, he was raised again 3 days later and ascended into heaven. But throughout his life, he was truly inspirational and one of the best motivational and persuasive speakers in history. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you.